Good evening. Hope everyone's doing great. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I just want to talk about what might be coming pretty soon. I got a suspicion that Pulsechain's on the horizon, folks, and it's going to be a tsunami. It's going to change the whole crypto game. And I know most of you guys already know that. I just feel it in my bones. Those who aren't prepared, they're going to be kicking themselves. So I recommend everyone start playing with Pulsechain version 2B. Learn how to use PulseX. Learn how to use the staking mechanisms. Learn how to use liquid loans. Learn how to use fiat.io. Prepare yourselves so that when it does launch, you're not fat fingering shit and getting yourself wrecked. Because I know a lot of you are going to. People can't help themselves. AP says, man, I can't wait for launch. I'll get my life back again. I keep trying to forget about it, but it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I wore my Pulsechain shirt again tonight just because I have a bunch more swag coming in. I ordered some from Hex Merch, ordered some from Amazon, so hopefully it'll start showing up soon. Hey, Randy, during your visit to Montreal, you absolutely have to go to Schwartz Deli. It's a classic in Montreal. Hope you like smoked meat. It's their specialty. Yes, I do. I like Reuben sandwiches. And we had a Montreal deli here for a while, but they closed. The good old CV killed it. They were a very well-known Montreal deli, a Jewish family from Montreal who owned it and couldn't survive. Backman, it's possible. Pulse coming out in 2024. David Morales, hey, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Yep, let's make it happen. No way, Pulsechain for real. No, Westcott. I'm just saying, I'm getting the vibes, man. I think something's coming. This bear market will be the death of me. Yeah, you're not the only one. You don't want to be like me and forgetting to mint your Hedron before a hex stake comes out, because that's what Randy does. Freaking jackass that I am. I had a hex stake. It cost close to $70 to unstake, right? Like 60, $70. The Hedron that was associated with that stake was worth well over that. So it would have paid for that stake. Hey, everybody. Randy, will the documentary or testnet come first as an indicator? I think testnet's coming first. Look forward to your streams. Thank you for the education. Ted, I really think that the documentary it's like icing on the cake, but I would really like to see Pulsechain launched before the documentary. I'm not one of these guys that thinks we should have the documentary first, because then you have all these people who are interested in Pulsechain and Hex and with nowhere to go, right? Except for Hex. They'll still be able to get Hex, but they won't be able to get the Pulsechain. So that's what I'm hoping for. Corey Gary, yeah, I'm just getting that feeling. I think the bottom of the market's here, and I tell you guys, I think Richard's, I know what he says, that he's not playing the market, not timing the market, but geez, I'm a crypto veteran, and I've watched Richard in the past, and I see how he is, and he wants to see the bluest of skies above before he launches Pulsechain. Just like you don't want to launch Pulsechain at the peak of the market, right? So you don't want to wait till 2025 or the next bull. You want to have it before, so we could ride the whole wave and just crush the markets. Everyone would be like, oh my God, Pulsechain didn't. In a year and a half, Pulsechain did 15,000x. Richard likes to be able to, pat himself on the back. And that's why I think that he's waiting for a bear market to end, right at the bottom of the bear, as close as we possibly can get. Yeah. It could be. I'm if it's not December, it's quarter one. It just has to be. Until then, we'll talk PP talks with our HS usually and ladies. Yeah, we'll take it. Be ready, guys. Yeah, be absolutely ready. Pearl, good evening. Hello, Washington State or Washington D.C. Pac-Man. Howdy, feeling ready tonight? Always, Chico. Always. My wife's always trying to fight me off. Party time. My wife got her we got her outfit for Halloween in. She got, she's gonna go as the cat lady, Catwoman. Holy shit. She's only allowed to dress like that once a year, and it's gonna be on Halloween. And we're going to our mall here at Multi Plaza. They put on a thing for the kids, and instead of going door to door, they don't do that here. It's not part of the culture. Everyone takes their kids to the mall, and all the stores give out candy. So it's a cool way. I like that kind of celebration better. That way the weather's always nice, right? Because you're inside the mall, and all the kids running around in their outfits. My son's going as Steve from Minecraft. So he's all excited. Party time, party time. Oswood, welcome. Serena, good to see you. Good evening from Calgary, everyone. Hey, Jan. Jan, I should say Jan. Or Dan, sorry. God, I even have my glasses on. I still missed that. MJ Morning, 777. Yes, sir. Hello, Rod. What up, fam? Just got off tour. A3, it's always clickbait, man. What do you think we're doing here? You think I'm a rookie? Can't wait to feel the pulse. No, it's just in the air. I just have a feeling I really have not felt like this the whole time. And why do I feel this way? One, Richard has gone into, I'm not going to say hiding, but he's really toned down his social media. He is quieter. He's not live streaming as much. In my opinion, that means somebody's working. I don't feel like he's just vacationing. Why would he? If he is, he's an arrogant prick if he was doing that, right? But I know that the guy's a hard worker. So he's probably in his communications with the devs, and they're sorting things out, getting ready to launch this, at least the version 3. And I've been telling everyone that version 3s don't last long. It'll be out there in the marketplace 2 weeks, a month, and then we'll be like, dude, it works. Let's launch it. That's how it goes, especially since we already know that E2.0 has been out for almost 2 months now, and it's been working flawlessly. No issues. Version 3, 2 weeks. If no issues, main net 2 months. Let's go. Oswood, December. Yeah. Carlos, bring it on. I think Zen may have pushed Pulse forward a bit. I don't know why, Chico. Why would you think that? But cool. Hey, everyone. Finally made it to the start of one of these live streams. Captain Anthony, welcome. Thanks for being on time. I missed sacrifice Pulse X. I have Hex to buy, but I value Hex like gold. What's my options? Buy some more Hex. That's about the only option you have, Pearl. I know you can buy other ERC20s, but other people are doing that too. So say, for example, you buy Link, right? And you're hoping that you could be one of the first people that hits that Pulse liquidity to sell your Link. But you're not first. you click sell and you end up moving it down 30% or something. I don't know what the liquidity is going to be, how much, what the percentages, what the dollar values are going to be. So to play it safe, I would stick with Hex, and I wouldn't do it immediately. I would wait until there's Hex liquidity, unless the OA is going to launch with Hex liquidity already. But I don't know how that would be possible because you can't do anything until the chain is launched, right? So kind of have to wait till people start putting in liquidity. I remember when ICOSA launched, I was probably one of the first people buying it, and I paid way too much for a bunch of ICOSA, but there was so little liquidity that I only could buy like 100 at a time, right? Because there wasn't enough liquidity in yet. But over a couple of hours, they kept putting more and more liquidity, and I was buying it up. So that's how it's going to work when Pulsechain launches. It's going to take some time. Same thing when ETH POW and ETH Ethereum Fair launched. You could have gone in and you could have moved the price of Hex up. You saw it do it. The chart went like crazy because there was so little liquidity. We're probably going to get the same thing for Hex and any other PRC20s that are going to be coming over. So you're going to see these huge candles up, huge candles down because there's no liquidity or very little liquidity. Good news, not gloomy news all the time. Yeah, Soldier B, there's no reason for gloomy all the time. People are complaining. I'm not the one. I'm not complaining. I think we're in a really good position right now. This ETH 2.0 thing is probably the best thing that could happen to us. We could be the non-centralized Ethereum 2.0, right? It looks like Ethereum 2.0 is very centralized. It's got like 3 main groups that are controlling the coin or controlling the validators. Well, the Pulsechain version, it might be like that for a couple weeks, but if we can get a bunch of validators in, we won't have that issue. Hex Crypto, get your bags. Hey, fam. Howdy, Randy and crew. And guys, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. I didn't, in the beginning, I had no clue this was going to happen. When I did the Shemitah series, I had no clue I was going to continue on after that. You guys have been so great. I'm happy to get this going. And in the future, I'll do giveaways. I'll do all kinds of stuff for fun. But Randy's a newbie at this stuff. Let me get live streaming down first before I start adding complications. There's a spacecraft landing on top of the Pulse building in the window. You talking about the one behind me? Wouldn't that be some shit? These gas fees are no fun with Zen. This is a bear as well. The bull with higher prices and more users be hell on earth. Pulsechain will be a lifesaver. Yep. I mean, the fees that I paid tonight, I think today I spent total close to $70 in ETH fees. Man, dude, that hurts. It hurts. I don't like that. Pulsechain save us. Randy, if they say CV was never isolated, how is that people said they have CV and took it saved them from the flu? I don't know, man. It's all hyperbole as far as I'm concerned. But I took the eye stuff for, I don't know. We took it every month. So we would go on like a 3-day stint of taking it. And we took it for almost 2 years because it's over the counter here, right? But I don't know, man. It's all hyperbole. Everything you saw, we found now we're finding out that everything that the company behind the biggest one behind the juice was said that a lot of the stuff that they said was lies. So yeah, people are gonna pay. People are gonna pay. There's gonna be heads, man. Heads are gonna roll over this stuff. Hello, Marion. It's just as a nurse, I just cannot believe that the stuff was rolled out like it was, and people just accepted it. It takes years to come up with a good juice, right? They supposedly did it in a couple months. Yeah, sure they did, because it was already done long before. Good evening. This time I'm finishing my night shift. Good time for the stream. Stas, welcome. No one cares about the movie. I sure don't care about it. I'm going to watch it, but I don't care about it. The craft has gone. How can they confirm they really have CV if it's all false positives? Exactly. Yeah. Let's try to stay off that subject, though, because I really want to keep my channel. Did you read my comment in one of your videos about Andy Cutler protocol for heavy metals? Zach, I did. I have not looked into it. I'm sorry. Because I'm already doing other things too. I've been doing the zeolite, the Paragard. What's the spice? Everyone, the leafy green that Mexicans put on their salsa. That one. Not coriander. God, I can't remember. I did that. There's a couple other things I do. The lemon juice, apple cider vinegar. I don't have any heavy metal problems that I know of. The only thing for me was my fillings. I got to get these things taken out. Pulse gains? That's entirely possible. I love this mic. I can just mute it by tapping it. Hey, Randy, slight subject change, but could you explain what's happening November 13th and its impact on Hedron for dummies? Hey, Crypto Munch. So there was a project that is related to Hedron called ICOSA, and that launched on, I think it was beginning of September, I think so, or the last week of August, something like that. And ICOSA is a derivative of Hex. And with ICOSA, you can take your Hedron HSI stakes, sell them to the ICOSA contract. And 90 days after you sell them to the ICOSA contract, they become available to bid on for anybody. Anybody can use Hedron to bid on the ICOSA contract. The Hedron that you bid and win that with is burnt. Okay? Those coins are gone forever. So a big chunk of those are coming out on November 13th. A whole bunch. And about 30 to 35% of the Hedron supply is going to be burnt in those first couple weeks, November 13th and onwards, just because there's so many ICOSA stakes or HSI stakes that are going to be up for bid. And what I think is going to happen is that a lot of those HSI stakes that are going to be bid on are going to be recycled, and they're going to be sold back to the ICOSA contract. So you're going to, over time, the amount of stakes is going to increase in the ICOSA system. Just going to keep increasing over time, which is going to keep cutting down the supply of Hedron. And so that's what I'm excited about November 13th. It's just the beginning. It's okay. Stock markets are on the seasonal upcycle now. Also, elections. We'll go into the charts. Things are looking good. I think yesterday you mentioned that you minted Zen on 60 wallets. Just wondering what your process is for setting up and managing that many wallets. I have my MetaMask Ethereum wallets, and I just did a whole bunch right in a row. I made sure they're all brand new wallets and sequential. And then I go into my Google calendar, and I went into Google and found out exactly what date those stakes are coming out. Because remember, if you don't unstake it within 2 days, you don't mint within 2 days of that date, you lose your coins, right? Your Zen. So I went into my Google calendar. I scheduled it all, saying when those Zen are coming out. And then I went to Polygon recently, like 2 days ago, or may have been yesterday, I don't know. And I made another 15 over there. Not that it's going to really matter. I think there's going to be a lot more Zen on Polygon than Ethereum, because there's just being a lot more wallets made. So, but I'm not a Zen guy. I'm just here. It's a lottery ticket, and I hope it does something. Pearl, Flare airdrop as well. What's Flare? Jeez. What's Flare? Anders, good evening. Sandra, I'm so glad that I don't have a man telling me what I can and cannot wear. How many times per year? Yuck. Yeah. I'm sorry. If you saw this outfit, it's out of respect. I'm kind of old school too. And we've been married for 12 years, and it works for us. You don't have to be a Muslim to hope that your wife respects you enough not to be showing her ass around. You know what I'm saying? A woman doesn't need to go advertise. I'm kind of old school like that. Good day from Noosa. Is that in that's Australia? The flag's kind of small, or is that New Zealand? I don't know. Can't tell which one it is. For Copenhagen, wear whatever you want. No one cares. Exactly. Can't wait for launch Pulsechain. Me either, man. December is likely. I do think so. Hey, Tin Top. Alexander. You can always have some dry powder to buy post bridge. Yeah. Crypto Sloth, absolutely. You're not wrong. It's definitely in the air. Dude, I'm just paying attention to Richard's actions. You don't have to judge too much. You just watch what he's doing. And he's gone quiet, which means he tells me he's working. He was on vacation for a while. He was flaunting. He's got his little purses out and stuff. That's great, Richard. He was on relax mode. Not anymore. The current testnet is on the BSC fork, not the E2 consensus fork. I see at least 2 more testnet versions before main. Nah, you'll have 1 more. In my opinion. Okay, I'm not trying to be combative here, but I think it'll just be 1 more. The only thing that's changed, really, that you're going to see, that you can feel and touch and see the change, is being able to support validators, right? This is no longer delegated proof of stake. So that's going away. That's the only real change that you're going to notice when you're on there playing the version 3. Yes, please, 420 Hex. Hell, a buy the rumor, sell the news trade isn't a terrible idea either. Nope, it's not. That's how I made all my money in crypto in the beginning. I was a master buy the rumor, sell the news guy. I would search, hunt, talk to people, get into Facebook groups, and talk to OGs and try to get some information out of them. I would go to crypto events. Everyone's sitting around drunk, and Randy would be like, because I'm not a drinker, so I'd be sitting there like, I'd be listening. Okay, so what's going on? Who's screwing who? What project's launching soon? Okay. Are we going to do a fork? Oh, all right. I would always be listening. Lots of people talking about Zen, lots of adoption on various chains. RH is competitive. Oh, okay. That's what you meant, Chico. All right. I get it. Yeah, he doesn't like the limelight being on somebody else. Not a moment too soon. Yeah. This Halloween, I think I'm dressing up and buying a Ghost of Christmas Future costume, but with a name tag. IRS agent. That works, I guess, if you're in the States, right? Because then people will know what it is. But if you're still in Colombia, or Argentina, I don't know how that's going to work. You think so, Pac-Man? Jeez, can you imagine? Good evening, lights out. Hope you're doing good, sir. Besides Hex, does Icosa look reasonable to get Hedron with staking Icosa? Always can swap for Hex as Icosa tied to T-shares, which keeps going up. Yeah. So Icosa staking isn't as lucrative as it used to be because a couple big wallets, Hex wallets, came in and burned some stakes. And because they did that, the rewards for Icosa kind of dipped, right? So, yeah, I'm not making as much as I was over there. But in the beginning, oh, crap, I was killing it. I really was. Duganator, got a really good feeling the bottom for Hex is in. Testnet version 3 and documentary. Yep. Here's Crypto Sloth. He's a Hedron guy. In my opinion, the main reason for Pulsechain is to have a chain independent of Ethereum Foundation. All the other stuff was marketing. Exactly. Less centralization. Did we just waste 1.5 years on Pulsechain? Simba, hardly. Look, he could have launched the Binance Smart Chain version. He could have. But then he never would have gotten the cool updates that Ethereum 2.0 is going to bring. Now that we have Ethereum 2.0 instead, that means anytime something cool comes out for Ethereum, we're going to be able to get that upgrade. That's badass. So Richard doesn't have to go out and hire all these amazing devs. His devs can just tweak it a little bit to make it suitable for Pulsechain. I could always buy some PLSX from someone who wants out before launch. Maybe a wanted ad. Pearl, careful doing that. Careful. In Spanish, we say bien cuidado. Serena. Do you think it's wise to simply hodl Pulse and PulseX? I don't want to start trading. I like to set and forget. Chico, absolutely. Look, I had no idea that Hex was going to do what it did, right? I did about 1500X. There's folks that did 5,000, 6,000, 7,000X. Imagine those kind of X's just because you had the gall to hodl. And doing that is very difficult. I mean, Trace Mayer, who was my friend at one time, he's disappeared now, but Trace Mayer is probably one of the biggest Bitcoin OGs. He used to give out free Bitcoin at events. He told me I was a degenerate gambler. He told me he had never sold any Bitcoin. And the last time I talked to him was December 8th, or maybe it was December 7th of 2017. It's the last time I had a conversation with him. Then he went ghost on me. And we were having lunch and he told me, "You're a degenerate gambler. I don't sell my Bitcoin." And a couple weeks later, Bitcoin was 20K. I wonder if he sold, I wonder if he sold any then. Because that day when we were sitting and talking together, I think Bitcoin was like 8,500 and went to 20K like 2 weeks later. Doug S. Hello. Pulsechain will be tight. Yeah, it sure will. Absolutely. What up, Randy? Those who believe know it's close. Bright light. Yeah. We're one day closer. I have dry powder and can't decide if I should. Doug, I've already started my DCA back into the markets. And for once, election time, right? There's still war and rumors of war. So that's always a scary thing. But yeah, just election time, markets always do well. Bright Light Crypto told my wife to hide my crypto computer after Pulse launch. Hide it. Yeah, I want justice too. CDC is voting Thursday to protect. Really? That's unbelievable. And I thought they already had that. I thought they already had their get out of jail free card. I admire your optimism, but I don't see heads rolling. Hope I'm wrong though. Look, I love the French Revolution. Have you guys ever studied the French Revolution? We might have a 2.0, but it'll be a worldwide revolution. Now that will be cool. There you go. Pulse gains, cilantro. Cilantro is really good at taking heavy metals out of your system. Just chop it, throw it in your mouth, and chew it. And that's it. Look, you guys are all into cilantro. Cilantro. There you go. You guys are onto it. McAfee 12. Finally caught alive. Yeehaw. I'm always playing catch up and sharing stuff with Randy and after he's already shared it. Do you guys believe John McAfee died? I wonder if he just went ghost. He did an Elvis on us. Cilantro, yeah. Activated charcoal is good for absorbing heavy metals. There's another one, very cheap. Doesn't cost much. You don't have to take the regular activated charcoal. You could buy it in a capsule, so you don't have to try to swallow activated charcoal or even put it in water. Have you been ending your Hedron Hex on ETH POW and ETH Fair? God dang it. No. That big hex stake, I forgot to do that one too. Goodness gracious. I feel like an idiot right now. That's part of life, guys. Start taking zeolite. You said you took it. No, I take it every day. I take zeolite every morning. It's I do my water. I do my zeolite. Then a short while later, like 20 minutes or so, I do my lemon juice. Yeah, that's how I do it because it doesn't bother my stomach at all. Nice content, good picks. Dr. Eric Berg, Richard Hart, Dan Lammer. Dollar Vigilante and I used to be friends, okay? Used to be, but when I rage quit the company, everyone blocked me everywhere, including Jeff. So, because I really rage quit. I went off on the motherfuckers. Rename each wallet with a date you need to mint your coins. Genius. That's another great way of doing it. I didn't think about doing that. I just did Google Calendar. J-Man. Ryan Torres, you rock, Randy. Thank you for all you do. No problem. Flare XRP Army Talk. Okay. Flare Network always for smart contracts using XRP. It's been in development for 2 years. The snapshot was back in 2020 for XRP holders. Interesting. So Flare Network is smart contracts. So Bitcoin, their smart contracts are being worked on by RSK, and they had the exploit. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Remember? So RSK is a company out of Argentina. We're close friends with the founders, Gonzalo and the other founder's name. I just forgot his name. But I used to do the social media for the Latin American Bitcoin conference for 3 years in a row. We did all their social media, and they're the guys behind RSK. So yes, I used to be part of the Bitcoin Maxi Club, but I was always silently a shitcoiner. Thanks for the explanation. Thanks for everything you do. Crypto Munch, you're welcome. Dry powder to buy PLS in the form of what's best to have. I think we went over this earlier. Hex. Don't bother with anything else. I'm telling you, be careful with those PRC20s, unless it's a really obscure coin that you know nobody else is gonna sell on day one, or it's gonna be like the 10th coin down their list, right? I just had to call you on that, Randy. Either way, I tend toward conservative dress, and if a man wanted me to dress sexier, I'd be just as offended as if he wants me to cover up. Just trust him. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're pretty conservative around here. I think there will be only one more test net, then a short launch window following. Yeah, that's how I feel it's going to go. What's your suggested route would be on ramping fresh fiat without? Are you trying to get me in trouble? You guys got to figure that out locally, guys. I'm in Panama. I don't have the same problems you guys used to. All I have to do is make a few phone calls here. You guys, you have some more issues, so you have to work out. Find out stuff locally. Also read the woman dressed too slutty on Halloween. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, way overboard. So if we don't delegate, how do we stake our pulse? Not quite sure yet, MJ Money. I think it's going to be just like Ethereum. Right now, I believe 32 Pulse is going to be the same as 32 Ethereum, like they do on Ethereum. But besides that, I haven't really looked much into it because I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to work. But I hope there's something. I'm sure Richard's going to come up with something. Kind of new to be totally. Hi, Don. Got onboarded by a friend and sacked Pulse. Can you explain the significance of Hedron, please? Hedron is a derivative of Hex stakes. All right. So if you have Hex staked, you receive Hedron. Now you could take your Hex, stake that, and then turn it into an HSI stake using the Hedron platform. And say you wanted to stake something for 15 years, but you didn't want to do it on the traditional Hex platform, where you'd have to wait a minimum of 7.5 years to take that Hex out. You can instead use the Hedron platform and stake for the 15 years and unstake it whenever you want. You could sell it to, not unstake it whenever you want, but sell it to the ICOSA contract anytime you want, or sell it to somebody else using the NFT platforms like OpenSea, Rarible, those kind of places. So you earn, for your Hex stake, you earn Hedron every single day. Every day. It's like the most amazing thing in the Hex community. Some people in the Hex community just live off of their Hedron. You don't even need to sell your Hex anymore. If you have large amounts, right? Depends on how much Hex you have. But when you got a couple hundred to 1,000 T-shares, it really pays well daily. Maybe once a year, you could take out a couple $1,000 now, because it doesn't pay. When Hedron first came out, you were able to get a bonus, and those bonuses are gone now. You could get up to a 10x bonus, and a lot of the older guys that have been in Hex the longest, we got lots of Hedron coming out every day. But Hedron is going to be more and more rare as these new auctions begin on November 13th. They've already started. The auctions have already been around. It's just that there's very few available HSI stakes right now. But when the November 15th first tidal wave of auctions comes out, it's really going to get nuts. So I think the deflation or cutback of the amount of hedron available in the markets is going to be huge. So I hope that explains it. It's just a derivative of Hex. It doesn't have a set number. It's not like a stable coin or anything. We all get it for free for having Hex stakes. You can buy it off the market and do the trading if you want to. I don't recommend doing that, but it's possible. Just enjoy it. It's fun. What happens if Hex, Pulse, PulseX, etc. are deemed securities by the SEC? I don't give a shit. Seriously, I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't give a shit. I am a big player in Library. I shouldn't say I'm a big player, but which is Odyssey, and they're the ones fighting the SEC right now for all of you. They've been fighting the SEC for years because the SEC tries to say that Library credits is a security, and they've been in court for 3 years. So imagine that. You know, the coin's still there. I still got my Library credits. I still use it every day. It's the utility token. Guys, do not worry about the SEC does. Shipmate, Yeoman Chief. Hey, Matthew. Just got into RH. You guys, YNC means Yeoman Chief. Just got into RH products and Zen. Think of my children. I respect you, and I thank you for your insight in the space. Daily follower. Think of being an expat sometime. Panama? Yeah. If you're ever into it, Matthew, let me know. If you ever want to come down. I'll give you the tour. Trace Maya. Trace missing in action. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Randy, what are your thoughts about goldbacks? They are dollar bills made with gold, and people have been using them to buy goods and services. Pretty cool. Ryan, I applaud anything that is outside of the government, right? I remember, do you remember when that gentleman made his own coin? It was a dollar coin. It shouldn't call it a dollar coin. I think it was called a Liberty Head or something like that. And he got in big trouble for that. So as long as people just do it quietly and they just want to trade, it's no different than, you know, trading toilet paper, I guess. I'm all about it. Have you seen the premium on silver bullion? Seem like a low supply. Daniel Valenzuela, I'm telling you, this reminds me of 2009 or 2008, one of those years, all over again. So we're getting a separation from the real price of gold and silver and the spot price on the COMEX. So if you want to go buy silver and gold, physical silver and gold, you're paying a huge premium right now because the paper markets, they're out of whack. So get ready. There's going to be probably a spring when it comes, you know, it's going to level out again or rubber band, I should say. And that can happen anytime. So like I said, if you guys want silver and gold, check out my boy below, his link, Can-Am Bullion, for those of you guys in North America, Canada, US. Very cool. If you want digital gold and silver backed by the real stuff, also check out Load below. I got my referral link down there. Love those guys. I mean, I was supposed to work with them, but I haven't been doing much with them. I just like their project. The only thing I don't like about it is that they require KYC, and I do not like KYC. I told them, if you guys can get this off your freaking wallet, you know, they have an amazing wallet that you can trade your gold and silver back and forth and all kinds of cool stuff. If they can get the KYC off the wallet, I'll help promote it. And they're already looking at Pulsechain. They want to do all that kind of stuff. I said, as long as you have this KYC, people will not adopt your wallet, period. I don't have to do KYC to have a MetaMask wallet. What in the hell? Seriously. If you're married, both parties should be accountable to each other in many areas at the same time. I don't think Randy's wife would appreciate it if he was walking around town in just a thong either. Dude, that just harms my thought process thinking about that. Today we're at the mall, and we were just sitting there. Anna's brother was there, my son Max, and Anna, and there was this Colombian girl, and Colombians are very, nothing against Colombians, but the girls are if their profession is such, are very aggressive. And Panama prostitution is 100% legal. And we're at a table, and she sat right next to us. And she kept trying to get my attention. And she had like this like sundress on, really low cut, and trying to flaunt it. So I just took my chair, moved it so I was facing the other way. I was like, look, show some respect. Seriously. Yeah, they're very aggressive here. 1500X sounds nuts. My mind will be blown at 20X. Blue collar grunt. You ain't seen nothing yet. Richard don't play. Richard does not play. Hey, everybody in the chat, how much was sacked for Pulsechain and PulseX total? I think it was close to 1.7 billion. I think that's what it was. 1.7 billion. So when would be a good number to sell? Those who saved got in at bottom. So when sell? Don't want to be the richest guy in the grave. What are we talking about? You're talking about Pulse and PulseX? You sell when... This is how my friend, I'm going to say it again, my former friend, because we had a falling out, but he taught me a really good lesson. And even dollar cost crypto taught me he something similar to this. Every time a coin doubles, take out a certain percentage that you decide on beforehand. So if you got into Hex at 1 cent, it goes to 2 cents, you could sell 50% of your Hex. If the price falls back down, you could take that 50% you sold, buy back. If the price goes up again, doubles again from 2 cents to 4 cents, you could sell 50% again. If the price falls back down, you could use that 50% that you sold into stables to buy back. Right? You just keep playing that game all the way up. And you will be very happy because you never sold 100% of your coins. You do not want to be that guy that was in Hex that said, I sold all my Hex. You don't want to be that guy. Right? You always want to have some coins, some moon bag. When I got paid over like a little over 400 ETH back in I think it was 2016 for doing the Arcade City ICO. I did all their social media. I helped them with their marketing. ETH was, I think it was like $7 or $8 at the time. A year later, it was 1,400 or whatever, So I sold all mine. I didn't hold. So make sure you always keep some. I bought some every month. They're awesome and beautiful for the time being. They serve as great collectibles and local forms of currency. When I mean local, cool, Matthew. That's very cool. You guys are talking about the goldbacks. I did world history. Yeah. Cilantro is awesome. Here in Panama, they also have something called culantro, and I can't stand it. Oh my God, it's disgusting. It's a leaf. It's just a leaf, and they put it to flavor the sancocho soup and a bunch of other things. I always ask, no culantro for me. Hex Luther, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a bit. Randy, thoughts on the Deagle population projection? The numbers are like big time depopulation. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the Deagle depopulation projection, it's insane. They're saying like almost 70% lower population in the United States by the end of 2025. Here in this area, population actually goes up. We're supposed to rise by like 5%. But most European countries and North America population is going to go down, according to Deagle. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Look into it. How much trust do you put into it? I don't know. But it is interesting to look at. I mean, they're projecting that a war is going to happen. They're projecting that there's going to be a massive amount of people just keeling over. Who knows? There's a gene that makes cilantro taste like soap for some people. Yeah, culantro is like that for me. For me, it smells like rotten feet, man. Can't handle it. Been watching Degens lose money on Pulse Pot last hour. Hex Luther, so what's the price? Where'd it go to? Not as good as fulvic acid for taking out heavy metals. Fulvic acid is another one. I never heard of that one. I know what it is, but I never knew it helps take out heavy metals. Franklin's in the house. There's an amazing documentary about John McAfee on Netflix. They paint him in a pretty negative light. He knew too much. Yeah, I saw the documentary. Yeah, I need to set reminders. Yeah. Some people do like it. You need to get a light up sign for yourself that says Minterhedron. Yes. It flashes all the time. Gosh darn it. Humic acid required for the microbiome. Good point. Interesting, guys. Thank you. Dinosaur creatures you got there. I wish dinos were still around, Randy. Yeah. My son liked them so much we had to buy them. They change color, you know. They're cool. My son will come in when I'm working and he'll be like, Daddy, play with me. And he'll grab all the toys off the shelf and we'll just sit on the floor and play. He'll do it for like 15 minutes and be like, okay, Daddy, I'm going to go play Nintendo. All right. Check out Doc of Detox. Check out Doc of Detox. All right. Doc of Detox. Cilantro and coriander are the same thing. Okay. All right. I don't know. Zero water filter. Well, I use water filter. I have Berkey. Yeah, that's what we have. Been watching Dr. Berg for many years. Glad you found him, Randy. Oh, that guy's awesome. I just want to hug him. I want him to do a live stream with me. I want to keep bugging him until he says yes. What the fuck? 200 watching, only 65 likes. Maybe Cheetah just refresh. Maybe somebody will. Maybe that's the issue. Up and to the right, coriander is the seed of the same plant as cilantro. Ah, okay, Sandra. All right. Yo, y'all. Today I just received, for health updates, you guys, my stream, I also talk a lot about health because I changed my health so much and doing so good. Today I received broccoli seeds, and we're going to start on the other side of the room here. I'm going to put a shelf up and grow sprouts. I already have the lighting. I already have all this stuff to do it. I'm just waiting on the seeds. Yeah, but the Panamanian government, when they did the box, they sliced the side of the seed bag. So a few thousand seeds were rolling around in the box. Can you explain how having an obscure PRC20 to ratio trade will be beneficial? Cheetah, it's because every coin is going to have liquidity, and the liquidity is going to be pulse. Not everyone, unless I don't know how anybody can build a bot beforehand without having the chain live. Maybe they could have the bot ready and then they just put the copy paste the information in when the chain is live. But in order to harvest from every project, but my guess is obscure coins are going to be better off because it's going to have everything's going to have some liquidity. Future Simba, not right now. No stable coin impulse to begin with. How many Hedron do you think it will take to win an auction in November? Well, it's all based on the size of the stakes, right? Like my stakes that I did, all of them were 10xers. That means they had the Hedron bonus of 10x. Those are going to go down. Those will get a much larger premium because people know that they're going to get paid a ton of Hedron with them. Jane Leo Music, 1000x, damn straight. That's probably going to be within the first 18 months. Will there be HSI auctions on ETHW and Ethereum Fair? If not, yes, of course, Simba. Everything's copied over. I've been stacking up the Hedron over on Ethereum Fair, just preparing. I have some on Ethereum POW as well, but at the time, Ethereum Fair was a really good deal. I think the SEC FUD is more about shaking people out of crypto. There's too much money in big players for them to shoot themselves in the foot. All this printed money has to go somewhere. It sure does. Contract works the same. It's the same code in every chain, Simba. So yes, auctions will take place. Yes. KYC is KYGly. You have to watch it. Yeah. Careful. What's up, Crispy? Crypto Challenge. Hey, yo. Great White North. You guys got snow already, Funk Master? Which site do we go to? That's the, excuse me, the ICOSA site. You can probably find it right on their Twitter. All right, just join the stream. So what is your guesstimation according to launch date and end of bear market. End of bear market first, that is right around the corner. So Bitcoin halving is February 4th, roundabout February 4th, 2024. Usually the bear market has ended and is an accumulation between or 1 year before. So 1 year before will be February of 2023. My guess is that will be already, the Fed will pivot and will soften on their rate raises coming up in the next, probably the next 2 months or so. And then we'll start to see everything starting to turn green. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines right now. A shit ton. And not just in crypto, and the regular markets as well. So be prepared. Which gold, silver sites you recommend for someone outside USA for easy to sell, buy, and store physical gold and vault online safely? Use the one on my link. Use the LODE, LODE. For anybody who's outside the US, it works great, and you don't have to pay the damn VAT. For someone who's in Europe and UK, you have to pay VAT on your silver and gold. If you do it through LODE, you don't have to do that. So please, YouTube, don't take me down for telling people not to pay the man. Oh, God. Cilantro medicine for measles? Really? That's cool. He's updated it so it's the same site. Just switch network on your wallet and you're good to go. Yep. You got to add Ethereum Fair. You have to add ETH POW. I don't know. What was Dr. Bill Deagle? Oh, no. Deagle as in Deagel. It's spelled different. Great to catch the stream live. Wealthy, thank you. I have the cilantro soap gene. I've always said that, and no one ever agrees. Funkmaster Flex, man. I got it too. But for regular cilantro, it doesn't bother me. Only culantro, which is a close relative. Wow, 2457. What did it go to? Because that's higher than when I saw it yesterday. BMP jackpot will be addicted to some. Look, I have gambling issues. I like to gamble. That's why I was attracted to crypto. I won't touch Pulsepot. I'm not getting into it, or BNB pot, whatever you want to call it. Optimus Skeptron, good evening, sir. It's going good. Going real good. What do you think of the Pulse Doge pump? PLSD will be burnt for Pulse Bitcoin when it launches on Thursday. I don't pay attention to that one. Like I told you guys before, the founder, he rubs me the wrong way. So I don't pay attention to it. If he was nice, I would have been nice. But he's a dick. So if you're a dick, I'm not going to support your project, whether it's good or not. Gambling is live now, so I've been watching that. Hex Luthor, yeah. What's your thoughts on Scoby? Oh, Sandra, that's a question for Sandra. Hey, Randy, I have Hex and Sacked for PulseX. I'm also minted the Hedron. I am confused with the whole Hedron, Icosa, Maxi, Pulse Doge, etc. Where can I learn about it in the airdrops? So many projects. So I made a whole video, if you go into my videos, about Hedron HSIs and Icosa. So those two I already covered. I haven't gone into Pulse Doge because I don't support Pulse Doge. I don't care about Pulse Doge. But Hedron's covered, and so is Icosa. Maxi, I never made a video on it, but Maxi is just hex stakes going out 5,555 days, and you can buy and sell it at any time. So it's like having wrapped hex stakes. You just go in, buy and sell them. So you can hold it for 1 day and sell it. There's no requirement to stake it or anything. Just hold it. And in 15 years, you can sell them or you can hold them. And anybody who's holding those tokens at the time, those coins you'll have to turn them in or something, and then you're going to get all of your Hedron and all of the hex that amount of Maxi qualify for. So that's what Maxi is. There's so many things in the hex community you got to learn. It was bad enough when it was just hex, but now we have so many derivatives. Randy, have you looked at BankX, Pulsechain project, silver pegged stablecoin? No, I have not. No. I was asking about that one the other day. Broccoli seeds are not great for you. The sprouts are considered the best of the sprouts, though. I don't eat the seeds. I won't eat the seeds. Has many great videos on Hedron ecosystem. So does cryptographics. Yeah, exactly. Follow those guys for those. You see a 1 cent hex if Bitcoin dumps? Of course, totally possible. That's the Hart's Law, right? Hedron. Broccoli sprouts are great for you. One of the most potent antioxidants on the planet. Better than oranges, apples, blueberries, etc. And have 50x more anti-cancer properties versus full-grown broccoli. A3, yes. That's why I ordered those, because they didn't have them in Panama. I couldn't get the broccoli seeds here. So I had to order them on Amazon and get them shipped down here. I have 0 hex. Would you recommend to buy at these prices? Look, we're down 95%. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think we're down like 90% right now. Doesn't get much better than that. Should be an unofficial personal thought of hex during the bull, particularly. Do you think if it may exceed its all-time high? But I'm a new, just asking. We don't know for sure, but I'm pretty positive once the bull starts going, we'll see an all-time high pretty quick. It might be earlier than people think. You know, if once Pulsechain gets going, launches, the pulse that's on the hex that's on Pulsechain could fly, because it could be a lot of money coming into it. But the E version, the hex version on Ethereum could dip. So watch that too. But at least you'll have two. It'll probably be like a stock split. What will the world look in 10 years, in your opinion, Randy? Ooh, Daniel. I'm going to be an optimist and say that freedom fighters and free thinkers are going to win this one. We can't let the technocrats win. We have to keep crypto. We have to fight for crypto to have our parallel system. And if we let the socialists win, we're all screwed. I'm telling you, we're all screwed. I've never seen a person living in a capitalist country trying to climb under fences to get into a socialist one. It just doesn't work that way. We're dealing with it right now here in Panama. We've hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans and Colombians and people from other countries, Haiti, Cuba, Africa, Middle East, coming to the Darien Gap on the border with Colombia and coming through, and they're somehow being shipped to the U.S. border. These are people that come from countries that are relatively free, right? But everyone wants to go to the U.S. for that dream because it's the best country on earth for capitalism, right? So we're the freest country for capitalism. And everyone has that dream. And if we support, in my opinion, if we support socialism, we support, which ultimately turns into communism, we're screwed. Then we're all screwed, because there's so few of us that actually will fight back, that have big mouths, and I'm one of them, right? So, but there is the rule says that if 3.5% of a population disagree and decide to revolt, a government cannot stop them. That's what I've heard. The number 3.5% is all it takes to keep something from happening. Don't eat the culo antro. Oh, okay, 28. Jeez, that was a great buy if you guys bought the or if you did the SAC. How do I sell and move my copy coins off ETH Fair, or is there not liquidity? Right now, I don't really know how to do it. ETH POW, you can use Simple Swap, but I don't know what you can do. Sorry, it's kind of, you're gonna have to do some more research. I haven't looked into it. Hey, day one sacrificers for Pulse and Pulse X are the new few X before launch. Yeah. Fair enough. I didn't like how he went after Hedron. Love both projects. Can we all just get along? Yeah, exactly. Did you hear about the Aptos mainnet launching this week? It's giving me Solana VC chain vibes. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from anything that's got big amount of VCs in it. I have to ask. And what about PLS mainnet? Somebody with some straight pipes on their vehicle? Jeez. What about Pulse mainnet? Any opinions about that? Best regards from Germany. Mainnet? Rocket, I think that mainnet's going to probably be either December or first quarter of 2023. Only buy gold and silver with monetary value. They are protected under counterfeit law, i.e., Eagles, Maple Leafs, Krugerrands. Like I was showing you guys the other night, I had my Chinese pandas, those kind of things. With Hedron circulating supply in the trillions, do you see it hitting 1 cent or 0.001? 0.001 is possible, but it's going to keep pace with Hex. So if Hex goes crazy and Hex does, another 1000x, Hedron will probably do 1500x or something, in my opinion. That'll be great. I hope so. Also here in Mexico, they're getting stuck when trying to get to the US. Yeah. I want to know how they're getting from Panama to Mexico. Does anybody have that answer? Because the Costa Rican border is closed. You cannot get there. And Panama just announced that starting next week or something, they're not going to allow any more refugees into Panama. So how the hell are they getting to the U.S. border? How? I don't get it. Nicola Charles, she does the White Rabbit podcast. Yeah, sure. I've seen her a couple times. I watched her stuff. All right, guys. I didn't even get into the news. It's okay. Let's go into the charts real quick. I want to show you guys some new stuff. I added more to the charts just to make it interesting. This is Bitcoin. This is the monthly for Bitcoin. And we do still have the sell indicator. Now, I've told you guys many times that until this red cell turns into a green over here, for me, the bull market has not begun. And it could come at any time. Geez. I lost internet. What? Do you guys still see me? Oh, there we go. Okay. So it looks like we're getting close. Look at this volume. Volume is really picking up. We had a scare there. Everyone was selling because that was right around the beginning of Shemitah. I think I was scaring everybody right through here, telling everyone, oh, Shemitah's coming. Get out of Bitcoin. And I sold all my liquid crypto right around here. And it did well for me. And then you see here, this is the demand index. The demand index is below 0. And this is the fear and greed indicator. This is the one that I've added. So when we were in a bull market, you saw how green it was. And then we were fighting to keep it above. Remember, this is Bitcoin. But now we've been red for a while. I mean, deep red. So it's going to start turning around. Let's see on the, let's go to, goodness gracious, stop with the disconnects. Hello. Well, I guess I'm not showing the charts tonight. So yeah, watch the fear and greed indicator. It's always a good one. I'll try it again tomorrow night because it's pretty simple. Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's after 11. Hey, Crypto King, people are asking about, I don't know, you weren't here last night. People were asking about the lamps. I don't know if you're still involved with that. What project are you involved with as far as hats and that kind of stuff? If you want to show yourself here, Crypto King, just because I know you're doing lots of cool shit. So let me know. I'm happy to put a link below. I guess I found out where the cool club hangs out. Human X trafficker. Look, it's just one of these things that I'm opinionated, but I try to keep it real. I'm open to listening to other projects. If you guys got something that's cool to me, DM it to me, whether it's on Twitter or Telegram, and I'll try to take a look at it. Health wise, if you guys got things that are really cool about health, DM it to me and I'll try to take a look at it. I'm into farming. I'm into being self-sufficient. I'm into fishing, cars, silver and gold's where I came from. So I'm always going to talk about silver and gold. It's just all cool stuff that I care about. So let me know. And Zohan says, are you worried there will be millions of dollars worth of hex coming out daily in the next 5 years, that it will be hard to keep the equal demand? Zohan, listen, there was much more hex coming out in the first couple of years than there are now. It just keeps going. It's like it started up here and it's just going down, the amount of liquid hex. And then we're taking that hex and we're punting that shit out 15 years. The HSI stakes are going through the roof. The average stake length right now is 6.6 years. My average stake length is 10.5 years, or something like that right now. So don't worry. Just schedule around those hex stakes. Buona notte. All right. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.